Where are you? Hello, hello. I'm a little confused. I'm like dumbfounded because, like, first of all, to me, dumb means like like if you talk about a subject, I'm gonna like 2% about that subject. I'll see the word, see the letter, I'll see what matches. That'll get me excited. That's why I say I'm dumb. I really can't, because I really need to know, like, on what angle the question, the words you used. So when I look in here, oh yes, and these are the people watching me: Belgium, Cyprus, the Netherlands, Sweden, and Canada. This is a terabyte, okay, in which there's 1,000 gigabytes. Let me look that up again, what that was by Caroline. Let me see. If you get a hard drive, okay, it's like a little computer. So your hard drive is like a computer. One DVD holds 4.7 gigabytes. 1 terabyte equals 1,000 gigabytes. So aren't we terabytes? Okay? Or are we 6 terabytes, which equals to 6,000 gigabytes, in which one DVD, okay, holds only 4.7 gigabytes, and we're in the dog pound, so we have to figure out how many terabytes equals 1,000 gigabytes if one DVD holds 4.7 gigabytes. Now the thing about this is, I'm 100% sure that Gaia would have nothing to say, because that's what it is. The Gaia world within us, the gigabyte. One DVD, 444, holding 4.7 gigabytes per DVD, in which 1 terabyte is 1,000 gigabytes. So now I have to start looking into the numbers in computers and how they connect to what could and can't go into a DVD and why. And if we can get more in, if we can't get more in, why? To understand why is the greatest question. What's the question? How come? Well, you told me the story about whatever it was. How come? How come what? How come that was your story? Couldn't you have done this or that? No, I couldn't have. Well, then you can't answer my question, how come? Isn't how come, what, why, and where good enough? We were coming down the street from where? We just left the house. Whose house? I guess we pretty much know most of the questions. As long as we keep the people speaking, and as long as we just ask who, what, when, or where, we will actually really know most of the answer if there's enough of a memory inside of a gigabyte for a terabyte to answer. Knowing that it's man 6, but it's man 6, okay, only because of his skin he's man 6, but his mind or memory's not 6, okay, it's 2 parts of. He's 2 parts of. The 6 is missing 2 parts here. He's 2 parts of the total of 9. So if he's 2 parts of 9, there's 7. But the heart lives with him. Without the heart, there's nothing. Then there were 6. But man becomes the 4. 4 up, 4 down, 4 Mars, 4 the sandcastles of Mars, with the prism, the heart of man, inside of it. The sandcastle and the prism within the heart of man. Now, are there 2 of them? 1 of them, I don't know. From God 746 to the Holy Ghost, to Mary Magdalene, the soul, to Jesus Christ, the Spirit, to where 38888 divided by 9 is 432, the prism within man's mind. Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, inside the Holy Ghost. I am the Holy Ghost of the prism that holds this vibration is within my skull. 8, 7, and 6, which also refers to the size of the moon that moves and sways our emotions. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, and 2. 6, 6, and 6. 7, 9, 7, 9. I was thinking of Mary Tyler Moore because I thought about Lou Grant. Or did I think of Ted? Which way did I have to add Mary Tyler Moore because of Mary Magdalene or something about Mary? How about Roger Moore? Mary Tyler Moore, Roger Moore, 007. Mary Tyler Moore is now connected to a guy named Roger Moore and 007. 746. The word amour in French meaning love is 746. How do I know? 7. 4 is the creation of the small numbers. 7 is the creation of the totality of the numbers, adding them up. 6 and 8 over here, and 2 and 3 over here creates the 7. The 6 comes in because we go over the 6, and we go into the 8. So the 6 is used up over here. 7, 6, 4. Yeah, we can go 7, 6, 4, 8, but we don't have to, because the 6 is the reflection of the 8. So we don't, and it's 2 rows. I only can put a chip over here. If I'm going to make a bet now, and this is on roulette, where do I put a bet? I put a straight bet onto the 8. I put a bet onto the 6. I put a bet onto the 5. I put a bet onto the 2 and to the 3. And in between, I put a bet here in between, and here in between. So I have 1, 2, 3 in between gives me 51, which is the moon is on Mars, plus 3 equals the heart of man. Do you know what I just did? I added the number of chips and what I would win, or what the odds were in those positions. Then I added back my number of chips, which bring me to 51, plus 3 chips is 54. Then I had to bet directly on this number here, this number here, this number here, because that's where either the heart is or the tail ends. So I'll put 1 chip here, 1 chip here, 1 chip here, 1 chip here, 1 chip here. These are 35 to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Makes it 175. Plus 5 is 180, which is halfway. 175 is the 7th gate of the 5 heart. 1, 5, and 7. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. It's 15. Creates the egg. Talking about love. So now it's 35 to 1. So now 35 to 1. Now you have a bet in this corner is 8 to 1. And a bet in this corner is 16 to 1. The queen's eyes, there are 16 to them. It makes the digital time. The queen's counting. Okay, the king is only moving, but the queen counts everything inside her head. And anyways, this is what we get from the word amour. What does it mean? Don't know. Ask me a question. If I give you the answer that you like, that's what it means. Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Like I said, I don't know anything. I look into it, and if you like what you see, well, hey, fantastic for both of us. We can continue on the path of what I'm seeking, where the truth of each and every number and each and every letter of the alphabet came from and why. By seeing that, we'll see how they built the alphabet up into what the vibration becomes inside of us, in which torques us to do certain things that we don't want to do. So if we have a better understanding and a vision on everything, then I'm quite sure that these things they call anxiety would just go away. And secondly, we're still blocked, and we can't get the proper energy, so we live on a low life, and that's why they call it lovey. Lovey, Thurston Howell III, the third world, okay? Had a whole lot of money, but he couldn't spend it, only thought about himself. Lovey, was his wife. Love E. Low V, which means the Venus world of the low life, the lonely spirit. Number 91 is the spirit. Number 19 is the connection to the 1 part moon of the spirit. 3 by 19 is 57, equals the word moon. But take away 9 from 57, it becomes 48, and now the moon is Luna. She makes the space within your mind and in your heart that makes you want to go every single day. You want to see Luna? There she is. There's only one Luna. She doesn't live without you. Your AC Delco power. These 2 designs of numbers, when they're brought together, will create the letter B of who she is. This shows you on the trophy stand where something stands. This will also show you and redesign the spade or the club, for which you take out these 3 different points of the club. These 3 points of the club, and you get your club. If you round it off, it becomes your heart. If you stick it in the sand, you wouldn't be sure if it's the point of the diamond or the point of the heart. Then you wouldn't know if it was a spade, but the spade is black, so you know all the difference. Diamond in the rough. You get this, you win. They say yo 11, it equals 40. You get this, it's 3. You get the Baltic before the game starts in the game of craps. on the Monopoly board. Otherwise, you get 11, you go around the first corner, or you're sitting on visiting jail. This is E and F. This is 11. This is K. So it's EFK. Feck. First word you learn, feck. F off, and feck. Anyways, what I did want to show you, something simple that I think I did last night. If we back up time, or whether we back up time or we don't, but the time difference between 2 o'clock in the morning and a 3-hour difference. 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 3 is 5, 52 says Earth. First thing, okay? Second thing is we go back 1 hour, it becomes 10 o'clock. We go back 1 hour, it becomes 1 o'clock. We have 101. If we take 101 and multiply it by 3, we have 303, obviously, of course. But 3 times 11 o'clock that we started with is 33. 3 times 1 o'clock that we started, 10 o'clock that we, oh boy, why am I having such a hard time? 3 times 10 o'clock is 30. 3 times 1 o'clock is 303. Okay, and that's when Christ is born. He's born 3 BC, before time, 0, 3, and then he went to 3 AM. This is in the Baltic. How do I know? Because that's where it is in Monopoly, number 3, from Go. So is it 3 from Go? Or because it's Jesus, he ends up starting at -3, he ends up on Go when he adds the 3. So it becomes 3 o'clock or 30 hours later. 30 hours is 1 1/4 days, what's missing. At the end of the year, we are missing, after the last moon, 1.25 hours. And it shows up over here. If Jesus Christ starts the game at -3 on Park Place, and he ends up on 0 Go, and he has to go out to the Baltic, okay? 30 is creation of the 3 months, all men, AM, okay? But 30 hours is the amount of time missing at the end of the year where the moon does not coincide with the exact day of the week. Isn't that bizarre? And also 288 of the piano, which is 88 and 88, 176, and there's a whole big thing I have to do. Let's not go there, okay? This is your creation, okay? This is 90 days, okay, in even months, and 30 days in odd. 90 take away 30 is 60, and that's your clock. 30 hours is a day in 6 hours. 106, the Jeffersons, okay? It's also 60 seconds of the clock of 106 or 109, because it depends. If you flip it upside down, it keeps turning into all the numbers. Therefore, it does all the numbers. 30, the 30 hours again, I said. 1,440 minutes in a day, okay, or in a cycle if you want, times 2 is 288. 288 times 1.25 equals 360, or 360 degrees, in which 30 divided by the 20 world, and where 30 divided by 12 in this 6-6 world, 6-6 world, 12 o'clock, 6-6 world, 12. 30 is 2.5 dozen eggs. How many more things do I have to compare it to creation? 3 is the creation. There's your Christ, 303. He's not born at 0, and he died at the age of 36. 33 was because this is his creation, this is his death. He died from his creation, 303. That's why they say we're always dead, 303. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. Now you connect the E and F. So this is what happens when you put the clock forward and back, in which causes a 9/11 effect. How can I say this? Well, to this side of 10 is 9. To the right of 10 is 11. It's X1. X1, okay? This is the difference between 9/11. 24 and 9 is 33. 24 minus 9. Oh, why did I didn't finish. 24x minus the 1 stick, which is 9, equals 15. You know what the 15th letter is? It's the O. It says, and you have the word for 6 right over here. The word for 6 man. They both equal 6. The total is 48, which is space, which is what I talked about in my last video. Anyways, I really didn't come on to do much, and I'm hoping that I did what I wanted to do with time. The reason we moved back the hour on the clock from 2 o'clock to 1 o'clock, because at 2 o'clock it would be 11 o'clock. So you'd have 3 times 2 is 6, and then we'd have 3 times 11 is 33. You'd have 6 and 33. 6 man, the 33 of Christ. 3 by 2 is that 6. Then we go back to 10 o'clock, and 1 o'clock makes 101. Here it made 111. Okay, I forgot to mention the hour is 111 because you put that together. Top of the Twin Towers, 111, one spirit of each world. Okay. Then after that, we went to 10 o'clock. We went through 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock in the leap, 101. Okay, and we went 10 times 3 is 30, and 3 times 1 is 3, and we had 303 Christ. Here's man, and then here's Christ. Spirit angel of 1111 is man, and here's Christ when he starts. Moving to, and another thing is, when you're at 90 degrees, okay, no, we're not looking at 90 degrees, we're looking at 90 minutes past the clock, with the clock having one circle. It'll give you 16 times 90 will equal to 1440 minutes in the total day, which leaves you an opening of 22.5 degrees. The Pac-Man mouth is open 45 degrees, but at 22.5 and 22.5. The one thing about 22.5 and 22.5 is if it's my mouth, it's 100%. But there's something that's missing within the calculation to open your mouth. 15 times 15 are the 2 eggs between time of midnight. And don't forget, if it's midnight, what happens if we open it? It's 2 sides. Because when you slit a penny open, it's 2 sides. It's 2 sides to the clock. So when you turn it open, this end, if you open the top to this way, this end will go underneath this side. If you open this way, this side will go underneath this side, creating an X over here. Now you have other numbers, taking you 22.5 times 4. 22.5 is 90 degrees. But it's in 4 different parts, closed and open mouth, like a little fish opening his mouth like this. So, yeah, this is what we had. This is the medallion I was talking about. This is number 48. 48 is all about this year. It's all about space. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 equals to 4 by 8, 4 plus 8. Oh, 4 is 32 and 12, right? Now, what if we went, you see, because 8 and 4 are so different. This year, we went from 48 to 44, and the 4 difference, okay? 3 times 4 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. Creation. We're in a period of creation. Now, if we add the 3 again, we get 12. We get alpha, beta. We lose. There's no creation. 1, 2 loses. 3 is creation. 3 and 3. Can't play with 1 dice. We're the single dice that starts. We're the 54 that starts right here. The sun, the love, right here. That's 54 automatically. 6 sides of 9 is 54. It's 54, but 1 side is down. So now it's 5 sides, okay, is 45. But the 1 down has to be minus because it's a plus in its own realm. 45 becomes 36, and man is now created because the passage of that loop, or with the vortex, or whatever it is, that's an element I don't know. Raphael, thank you for watching.